got a D-.
I just can't believe it, Will.
Perfect! Will's finally gone off the rails and at exactly the right time.
Hey! Oh, get her, get him, getting even innocent. Sister Mel and Brother Will make him take a bitter pill. Serve it up, lukewarm. Yes, it's on before the storm. Oh, look out, world. Your sandwich is cold, your tea's gone cold, but now you're getting old. You know the boy with the camera, he's gonna scam you. Harder than a stone, and it's gonna be a mighty revenge.
You were supposed to be the future of this family. Our best hope. My designated number one son. Right, well, this is the number one son charter, which states that you, William Fury, in return for my designating you number one son, thereby guaranteeing that 1, you always get the most expensive Christmas present every year. 2, never have to take the bins out ever again. 3, get £5 in cash every Saturday. Do promise to become the next Richard Branson and Alan Sugar rolled into one, allowing me to retire at the age of 50 at the latest. After which you shall keep both myself and your mum in the manner to which we so desperately want to become accustomed. Deal?
Is the school on the phone? They said William's been daydreaming, moody, handing in shoddy homework. They wanted to know if there are any problems at home. Yes, well, let's not open that can of worms. Actually, no. Yes, let's. Why don't we? Would you mind telling me exactly why you're wearing a wetsuit in the kitchen?
I'm road testing all the sports equipment you sell down at the leisure centre.
Oh, so not just another excuse to skive off work then?
Not at all. It's very taxing, actually.
Well, you have seemed a bit distant lately.
Yeah, well, it's ever since you started working on that new television programme. Maybe you spent a bit more time at home, a little less swapping bad advice with your showbiz
This
chums.
has nothing to do with my job, Sean. He doesn't need his nappy changing anymore. You need to pull your socks up. One slacker in this family is quite enough, thank you.
Oi. Oh, you meant Alistair. That's okay then.
Très bien, Tommy. Bon travail, Bridget. Magnifique, Megan. Atrocious, Alistair. Why can't you be brilliant like your brother? We're having a test right after break. Why don't I just give you a blank sheet of paper now with D- on it, and you can fill in your usual rubbish later? What exactly does go on inside that empty little head of yours?
Will, just bumped into one of your mates. Is it true you got a D-?
One word from you and I will squish you like a frog.
It's his French test.
I don't believe it. A+.
I'm so proud of you, Alistair.
An A+ in French.
C'est remarquable. What the?
Would you listen to that? You could be President of France one day, but only if you keep practicing. You could be our new best hope for the future.
We're talking about a new number one son in the house, Dad.
Could be. Someone's got to look after me when I'm middle-aged.
Fellow Revengers, this is it. I've never had a better chance to take my rightful place as the family's number one son.
Oh, please. Is everybody stupid? We all know the little rat hates French. If he got an A+, it's probably because he cheated.
Sacred blue. Melanie Estler bonkers in the head. Before we get on with establishing me as number one son, Mel definitely requires an immediate revenge for calling me a rat.
We all know the little rat hates French.
And for trying to get me into trouble.
We think that in celebration of your magnifique achievement in the test, a French-based revenge would be appropriate.
We've got a short list of two. First, snail earrings.
feet. We'll get hold of all of Mel's shoes and stick slivers of garlic in them. She'll stink and she won't know why.
We have a winner for perfect level green revenge.
Fellow Revengers, to make us more efficient, we have brought in a colour coding system for all our revenges that is both clear and simple.
Is it the right way up?
I don't think garlic feet revenges are level green, so at least they're level blue.
What are you talking about? Level green's higher than level blue.
Only on Thursdays. Let's make it a level purple. That's higher than green and blue.
Where did purple come from?
Purple's just below black.
No, that's just above grey.
Why don't we just name them after types of cars instead? Mel's Garlic Feet Revenge.
Good evening and welcome to Ask the Not Quite an Expert, in which our panel will prove beyond doubt that a little knowledge is a dangerous thing.
Can you smell garlic?
We'll be taking our first call.
No.
Before we do,
Yes, Miss Cray.
see what's coming up
Looking
next.
forward till I see Mum on the telly.
You keep up the French. And who knows what honours I might bestow upon you.
Okay, and our first caller tonight has a question for Tara.
That's Dr. Tara, actually.
My 11-year-old's driving me round the bend. What do you suggest I do?
This is a common problem, and there's a lot of answers. But whichever one you decide to go with, the most important thing is to never lose your temper. As it says in my book, Raising Kids the Dr. Tara Way, shouting at your children is the last resort of a failed parent. I mean, wouldn't you agree, Celia?
Oh, absolutely, Tara. I never, ever shout at my children.
Did my mother really say she never shouts? Alistair! 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 Now it's time to proceed with my quest to completely replace Will as number one son. Behold! Splendor, Splendor, a definite Rolls Royce of revenge.
What are you doing, Alice?
Just making Mum a delicious smoothie. Just another step on the way to me becoming number one son around here.
Thanks for the idea, you little rat boy.
Oh no! I was going to do that for Mum, you total rotter.
Blender saying it was broken!
Have it!
What is wrong with you? Oh, we're going to have to do something about this, Sean. I'm going to ask Dr. Tara to come around and find out what is wrong with you.
I think your brother's permanently lost it. I'm going to have to rewrite the number one son charter. You're my best hope for early retirement now. Number one son.
Yes, this is the greatest day in the history of the universe. At long last, I've made it. Most expensive Christmas present, no more taking the rubbish out, and a £5 every Saturday.
There's that smell of garlic again. It's getting stronger.
Ill Phil.
Dad, this is Phil.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Oh, sorry about that. My nose is blocked.
Not anymore.
Fresh.
And where'd you find him?
I went to the school nurse because people kept saying I smell, which I don't, and he was there, coughing up a lung. Oh, it was so romantic. I love the way that he's ill all the time. Just brings out the mothering instinct in me.
Oh.
Well, I'll just wash my hands.
Mel, can I have your advice?
Is it about the fact that you fancied Dr. Tara like mad? You don't know how to act when she comes over?
How did you know that I fancy her?
Well, apart from you virtually licking the TV screen every time she's on, you've got the attention span of a brain-dead worm, and you're moodier than Dad at the end of a bank holiday. So I feel every time I get a new boyfriend.
Can you smell garlic?
I'm getting really sick of people asking me that.
Wow, Dad, you look great.
In French. You can't practice too much if you're going to be president of France.
Well, Mum, Dad, woods look magnificent.
Just brilliant. Well, Alistair, it's Saturday. You know what that means? That's right. It is your very first Saturday fiver. So spend it wisely. Oh, sorry. Is Dr. Tara still with them?
Oh, yes. We can't rush and almost professional.
And what do you see here?
The moon,
And this one?
the stars.
I think it's pretty clear what's wrong with you, young man.
Is it?
He's got middle child syndrome.
Yeah, in your face. Who's the daddy? Who's the daddy? What's middle child syndrome?
It's when the middle child feels neglected and unloved because all the attention is focused on the youngest member of the family. It's all here in my book. I shall see in chapter 3, if Will is lavished with love and affection, then he'll soon be back to his usual genius self.
That's all my fault. I've neglected you, son. Well, no more. There you go. Welcome back, true number one son.
Mom, Dad, you see not Lafair.
Oh, look, I'm sorry, Alistair, but I realise now that I was a bit hasty in turning my back on Will. Your French is impressive, but it might be just a flash in the pan. Will here has got the true, strong academic record. And you heard what Dr. Tara said. With a bit of care and attention, he'll be back to his old self.
I'm to blame too.
No. As you'll see in chapter 6, there's only one person responsible for this situation. Alistair. If the younger sibling hadn't come along, then Will wouldn't be the middle child.
Now I'm being blamed for being born. Oh, William, poor little brother. Stop! I'm one who's been neglected and unloved all these years. Me!
It's okay. It's a typical reaction to an over-pampered baby. But from now on, Alistair will be the middle child and Will be the baby. And Alistair will be fine as soon as he's adjusted to being lower down the pecking order.
Lower? You can't get any lower in this family than me. The dog's treated better than me and he wheezes on the floor. In fact, I'm so low, the dog wheezes on me.
Don't worry, I'm going to stick around to help you through this.
Thanks.
This would make the perfect case study for next week's programme.
You want to talk about us on your show?
Well, as professional broadcasters, I think we have a duty to the viewer to be upfront about our problems. Don't you?
I suppose.
Do not fear, fellow Avengers. Tomorrow, I will be revenged on Dr. Tara.